Number 1, key terms of lease agreement. The lease agreement likely included terms prohibiting subleasing without the landlord's consent. Number 2, breach of contract. Mr. Santos considered Ms. Ramirez action a breach because she subleased part of the property without a consent. Number 3, justification of subleasing. Ms. Ramirez justification isn't specified, but it might have been financial necessity or convenience. Number 4, final ruling and legal basis. The court likely ruled in favor of Mr. Santos, citing the lease agreement prohibition of subleasing and relevant law, e.g. Article 1659 of Civil Code. Critical thinking questions. Number 1, agreement with the court's decisions. One might agree if the lease clearly prohibited subleasing, but disagree if there were mitigating circumstances. Number 2, seriousness of violation. Subleasing without consent can be serious, but resolution without court investigation might have been possible through negotiation. Number 3, alternative action for Ms. Ramirez. She could have sought Mr. Santos' consent or negotiated a lease amendment. Number 4, lesson on honoring agreement. This case highlights the importance of adhering to written agreements and seeking consent when necessary. Legal application questions. Number 1, Article 1659 application. This article likely governs lease contracts and supports the court decision if it prohibits subleasing without consent. Number 2, possible defense of Ms. Ramirez. Her defense might have included necessity, prior consent, or waiver by Mr. Santos. Number 3, reciprocal obligations. Article 1191. This principle allows the injured party, Mr. Santos, to choose between fulfillment and rescission with damages. Number 4, outcome without explicit prohibition. Without an implicit prohibition, the court might have considered implied terms or applicable laws, potentially leading to different outcomes. Thank you.